Hey, what's going on, everybody? Oh, how are you? Thank you guys so much for being here. This is episode 21. We're doing the damn thing. So yeah, welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Hermes, how are you today? I'm a wreck. I'm honestly a wreck. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. So, well,
oh man, episode 22 is it?
22. I think we're 21. 21.
Okay, wow. And we're still having technical issues. Let's go.
Yeah, that's part of it, right? It's just a part of the show. Expected at some point. That's the way I look at it too. Right. Yes, like I said, this is episode 21. We're getting into it. Thank you guys for being here. We deeply appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, come over, hang out with us, twitch.tv/the Jordan Beach on Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We do this every week, every Friday, so we have a good time. Sometimes we'll have guests. Sometimes it's just Hermes and I having a conversation with everybody in chat, like Michaela 23. Thank you so much for being here, Michaela. Breezy, and everybody else. So thank you guys so much. If you're watching on YouTube, come hang out. We'd love to have you join in the conversation, ask some questions in chat. As always, join in the conversation. Hermes.
Yes.
This was your idea. You have an icebreaker you want to talk about, or at least get thoughts regarding the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City
yes,
movie trailer release. What do you think?
Yeah, it dropped at New York Comic-Con on main stage. I know today it was they had like the unveiling of it looped on their main stage virtual conference, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it looks solid. I wasn't ever a real big player of the Resident Evil series, so as an outsider coming in, it looks like a solid movie.
Okay, well that's good, because I would like to get your perspective of it, being somebody who hasn't played the games, right? Would love to hear your take on it as a movie instead of having a backlog of nostalgia behind it.
As a movie, it looks really good. You can tell that there are you can kind of tell, because I am a gamer, right? So you can kind of tell that it's video game oriented.
Yeah.
I've seen some backlash from like the Resident Evil community that it looks like if they said crappy cosplay movie. I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
Like, I think it looks much better than that. But yeah, all around, some of the actors that they chose look exactly like the characters from the game.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it's gonna be good, man.
Good. I'm hoping so. Here's kind of a tangent. It's not really a tangent. It's on the same topic, but I guess it adds to the icebreaker. As a gaming industry, I don't want to say industry. I kind of take as the people who work in it. I guess gaming as a whole, the environment. I'm not going to say we, because I don't, but do you think people just, like, in general, I'm going to generalize everybody.
Okay.
Bitch and moan too much, and that's why we're never satisfied with video game movies?
I would say 100%. Some of the stuff that I have seen come out from not only this movie but others like it is like, oh, that character is supposed to be this ethnicity. His hair's the wrong color. Sonic doesn't look right, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Just like, let people just be creative. Like, that's how that game or other medium came along in the first place.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. That's my whole thing, is just stop complaining so much. It might not be what you want. It might not even be good, right?
Right.
But don't make it so people are terrified to give it a shot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's kind of my whole take, is just let it be.
Yeah, so something I can draw similar to is I was watching the main stage today because there was an unveiling of the Legends of Vox Machina from Critical Role, and they showed off the character art for each of the characters, and one of the characters, Pike Trickfoot, her character art didn't look like how I saw Pike in my head, but I'm still happy with it, you know?
Yeah, right.
Like, all around, it's their it's their character. Like they can do whatever
Yeah.
they want with it.
And that's the thing for me too. I guess I don't want to just generalize it as video game industry or people who play video games when it like their content goes, not their content, the stuff their games that they love go into a different medium, like, you know, movies or whatever. The same things for people who read books and then they make a movie based off the book. Like, honestly, it's the same exact thing. Right. So I just
manga turned anime or anything like that.
Right. Hey, appreciate you, Nick Nack. Thank you so much for the 6 months. We appreciate you. But yeah, that's kind of the whole thing is just, you know, they make a live action show. Of course, it's going to be shit compared to what you think and what you love, which is fine. But also, it's not yours. You know, it's not directly yours. You know what I mean? So it's like,
completely agree.
So you can have your opinions, but not try to be so negative about it. Like, oh, I would have envisioned this character a different way, and not be like, this is not what the character looks like. This movie's going to be shit. Like, it's frustrating because it leaves a negative cloud over, you know, more projects getting greenlit because of all the backlash that could possibly come out. You know, it's a touchy subject, blah, blah, blah. But I hope to see more video game movies. Honest to God, I do. I want to see video game TV shows. I want to see movies. I want to see other adaptations, you know, comic books, you know, reverse everything. I want to see everything go everywhere.
I want to see adaptions from one medium to another. Like it's always cool, man. Let people have their creativity.
Yes. I couldn't agree with you more. I think I just want to see it more. I just really do. Even if it's 100%. Something completely unique. We've seen it work with something so beloved like Star Wars. Right? The Mandalorian is a completely new story that was just created out of not thin air, but you know, but it's not a Skywalker tie-in. Right. You know what I mean? So, well, not yet. Well, I guess spoiler alert. But I don't know. I'm just excited that I just want people to be creative and let me absorb all the creative stuff that we can. That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Yes, let's.
This platform that we happen to put our faces on and play video games on may have had a security issue over the past week. But for the most part, I feel like people are handling it pretty well.
For the most part.
Right. I don't know if Twitch is handling it very well. I don't really know the details. When your source code gets leaked, I guess, over the internet, let's just start there. Once that gets leaked over the internet, I mean, that's not a good thing. But we got an article here from the Video Game Chronicle about the Twitch leak and all the information that came out about some of the top 10,000 streamers. Is it 10,000 or something like that? Streamers on the platform and their payouts for the months of September as well as August through October. So a lot of huge numbers on that list.
Can we talk about number one?
Number one,
Critical Role.
Yeah, I did see that. That's kind of crazy. That seems crazy to me.
They deserve all of that though, man.
It's such a well done thing, but it's so crazy. Yes. It feels weird. It feels not weird, but it feels like nobody else probably saw that coming. You know what I mean? I don't know. Right. It's really strange. Yeah. Do they have an exclusive deal with them, like for their like live stuff, or do you know?
I know that their contract is one of the popular contracts that people bring up whenever they talk about multi-streaming, because that is allowed in their contract.
Got you. Okay, got
Critical Role, Critical Role negotiated.
Yeah, I guess
to be able to they cast to both Twitch and YouTube, with Twitch being their like exclusive chat. So all of their chatter happens on Twitch.
Gotcha. Cool. Oh, it's still pretty neat though. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Lots of huge numbers on there. Some reporting that they're fake and coming out say that they're fake, they're not accurate and all that. Honest to God, it doesn't matter to me. You can pretty much, if they are public with their subscriber count, you can basically do at the very least they are making 2.5 of that times 2.5 of that their sub count, and then whatever else added on top is kind of random. But there's some big numbers on that list that might blow you guys away. So if you want to take a look at it, that article does have all that information. We're not really going to talk about the numbers as big as they are. We all get it. You know what I mean? You see the subs. That's why they put them
Yeah.
on screen. It's not going to stop a lot of those big heavy
The-
hitters. It's not surprising.
The one thing that I can tell people is if you haven't seen Ludwig and Mizkif going at each other, go look that up because it's hilarious. They call
Yes.
each other by their numbers in the
Yes.
list, and it's awesome.
Breezy asks, why did this security leak happen? Why? I'm sure just either a team or an individual felt like it needed to. Honestly,
The reasoning from the individual was because Twitch is a toxic cesspool, which is true, and that they wanted to stir up
man, I wish I had
competition.
the
in the
quote from Bo Burnham. Welcome to the internet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's a toxic cesspool. Yeah, as is the entirety of the internet.
Right.
It's just the way it is, right?
Yeah. Like, have you seen some YouTube comments? Like,
Yeah, there's not rainbows and sunshines in any specific place.
right.
Except my chat's been pretty damn great for a long time. Like, I haven't had a whole lot of douchebags come in, so that's kind of great. But to reference that article, the entirety of Twitch has reportedly been leaked is the headline there. Of course, this is by Video Games Chronicle and posted by Chris Scullion. Source codes and user payouts among the data released in the 128 gigabyte torrent. An anonymous hacker claims to have leaked the entirety of Twitch, including its source data and payout information. An 125 gigabyte torrent link to 4chan, of course, Wednesday, stating that the leak was intended and foster more disruption and competition in the online video game streaming space because their quote unquote their community is a disgusting, toxic cesspool. Oh boy, that's quite the characterization of an entire platform, right? Where there's 9.2 million active streamers. But that's okay. You know what I mean? That's all right. Because technically we're included in that disgusting, toxic cesspool. He says their community. Right. So it is what it is. An update. Twitch has confirmed the leak is authentic. We can confirm a breach has taken place. Our teams are working with urgency to understand the extent of this. We will update the community as soon as additional information is available. Thank you for bearing with us. End quote. And that's from Twitch in general, a representative from them. But this is, a lot of stuff came out. Source code probably being the most damaging. Payout stuff, not really a big deal. It's just funny how people don't know how much these large streamers are making. And now they do, which is fine because you can't say video games doesn't pay well if you are at the slightest entertaining and can put on a good show. So Breezy, confusing. So just to put streamers' money in the air? No. Much more than that. That's the popular thing to look at because nobody understands the source code. Basically, now anybody could go out, create the exact framework of Twitch and name it something different. Is basically how it works.
Somebody could go clone a car, paint it, and call it theirs.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yes, 1,000,000%. And at least paint over it and make it look like, that's not where I got it. But it's definitely where you got it. Right. Also within that leak was an unreleased Steam competitor, codenamed Vapor, from Amazon Game Studios. So you're basically looking at something that's going to compete with Steam or try to, without the Project Vapor is what I'm going to, I think, call this. So you're looking at a store to buy games. You know what I mean? That's what you're looking at. Epic Game Store, Steam, Origin. Origin is that just EA titles or is Origin everything? Yes. It's just EA.
Origin, I believe, is their EA titles.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So yeah, that's another thing, but that's obviously where the money is. I think that can be very, very beneficial for, not that Amazon needs more money, but any business. That's a smart move if you have it. I mean, look at Epic. They had Fortnite blow up, so then they were like, you know what? They're starting a Steam competitor is what it basically comes to. So, what are your thoughts on that part of it? I guess, give me your whole thoughts about everything. I'm curious. I want you to vent and rant and do all that. I want to get into the response. That's where I'm going to get a little not heated, but I have a little bit of a unpopular opinion, I think, but I'll let you go at it.
Man, Twitch's road lately has been bumpy. just with hate raids, this hack now, and people just moving away from their platform in general. Um, Something that like I really took away from it is I feel like the people up top in Twitch need to change. They are fully and wholly the problem because it just they are putting out the look or feel that they just don't give a shit. And also like I don't know, they've just shown time and time again that they don't give a shit in the moment and then freak out when it's too late.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. I see what you mean. I do agree with management changing.
Yeah.
But I don't know how far up it is. I don't know how far up or how deep or how low it goes. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to call them incompetent because they have built what this is, or not built, but you know what I mean? They've sustained what it is for a long period of time.
I will also say that this Twitch doesn't feel like a safe place to build a brand currently because nobody knows what's going, like anybody who is new coming in and wanting to build a brand, this probably isn't the place for them right now because like everything keeps happening and every piece of Twitch news we get is bad news.
Yeah.
We've gotten one piece of good news and it was the two-factor authentication that we got for our channel.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
I will say on split screen that I, for the time being, for an indefinite time, I have left. I am no longer on Twitch and won't be streaming on my personal channel because I'm just not happy with the state.
That's fair.
To be completely fair. Yeah.
Do you
completely honest.
Right. And it's not like you're making a statement. It's more you personally like, I don't want to do what I'm doing because
I just
don't want to. Right. And it's not even that you've had issues in the past. It's just, you're like, you know what? I think it's a mix of things for you.
They don't match my morals right now. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I got you. Yeah.
And like, I want to do something that builds a brand where I can have a future, and Twitch just isn't the place for that right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever been the place. As we've discussed many times, right? We always say growth, diversify your growth and your platform and your contents and all that kind of stuff. We say it every single time. It's the smartest thing to do is put, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? That's just the way it is.
Right.
So I think for me, does it suck? Yes, it sucks. It's terrible. It's stupid. Like this stuff shouldn't happen. And it does suck. Twitch has been going through some shit. I'm sure it's not like they want to go through these things, right? That's part of it. And I'm not trying to be a giant corporation apologist, but they don't want to go through this. They don't want to have to deal with hate raids. That's where and I understand, like they have a responsibility to take care of people's well-being while on their platform. That's just the way it is. Yes, you get a cut of their revenue, blah, 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 right? That's the way it is. That's the deal that everybody who's an affiliate and everybody who's a partner, that's just the way it works. So they have a responsibility there to protect the streamer and the viewer from their information, A, getting leaked, B, them having hate raids and not feeling safe on the platform. That is their responsibility. It is also the streamer and the viewer's responsibility, which is what Twitch hasn't been doing, is putting that responsibility on them, right? I feel like, yes, there's a two-way street for me. If you are surprised and shocked that this can happen to you and your well-being on the internet can be taken away from you in a moment's time, you don't deserve to be on the internet if you don't understand that, right? That's where my thing comes in. If you don't understand that you can be hacked any day, your information can be stolen because you click something wrong. You know what I mean? You could have bought from a sketchy website that you didn't know about, right? There's so many things that you can do for yourself.
Right. My work just put up like these QR codes for people to scan if they want to apply for the job. And I was like, God, I hope that nobody because it's just the QR code, nothing else. It's just the QR code. And I'm like, God, I hope nobody scans this.
Right. Yeah.
That you would be so easily hacked.
Exactly. Right. 100%. And that's my point, is if you're not taking precautions, there's so many. Yes, they're going to cost you money. Antivirus stuff for good ones and things like that going to cost you money. That's just the way it is. VPNs are going to cost you money if you want to take it serious.
Password managers.
Yeah, exactly. Saving everything, doing all that stuff, keeping all your information. The fact that I have as many passwords as I do for the amount of sites and logins that I have to make is a little bit insane. To the fact is, like, I have to schedule one day a month where I go through and change all my passwords. No, nobody does that. And if you do, congratulations to you. You're awesome, and ignore this entire conversation because you clearly have won the internet. But like,
You are the apex predator.
Exactly. Yeah, you're probably the hackers, right? That's the thing. I saw on Twitter a lot of the response was, I'm so kind of what yours was, but not as extreme. Like they were just it's multiple times I've seen something bad happens for Twitch. They come out and they're like, I'm doing this, sympathy card, feel bad for me, blah, 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 but keep it moving,
Yeah.
Keep the status quo.
I want to be very clear that like there are multiple reasons for me leaving the platform. That just happened to be last straw for me.
Right.
Was the change of our stream keys because they don't know how much was leaked. I was like, I'm good. I don't need this anymore.
Yeah. Right. And and it was like almost a perfect storm for you, your personal life, everything that's going in. But obviously, if you're in Hermes Discord, all the information is there. A fantastic post about what's going on is in there. So definitely go check it out if you are in his Discord. But my whole thing is people just, the response online is always the same from the creators. Always. People on the platform looking for that sympathy view or interaction with somebody on Twitter. If it's getting a like or saying, oh, it's okay, sorry you have to go through this, blah, blah, blah. Coming in and maybe dropping a donation or a sub or whatever, because they're like, oh, these people are hurting. Fuck you in your angle that you took for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fuck you.
100%.
That shit drives me insane. Where they're like, oh, my liability, my livelihood could just be taken away. No shit. Even walking down the street, driving your happy ass to the grocery store can be taken away from you. Just like that, because of a split decision or an accident or whatever, right? This is the world that we live in. It always has been. I'm not saying it's right. I don't condone any of the hacking, any of the hate raids, any of the other stuff. The best way to fix things are solutions. That's kind of the way it's always been. But I just am sick of the everybody playing the feel bad for me card and not actually having any ideas or wanting to brainstorm. Feel bad for me. All right, I'll be live in an hour. Right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
By the way, while you're here, check out my TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my good God, exactly. And that's where my stuff I have an issue is I could have went to Twitter. I could have went to any of the social medias and be like, hey guys, let's talk about this leaks. Oh, it's going to change my life. Oh, all of my information could have been hacked. Blah, blah, blah. A, no shit. B, shut up. And C, get over it and maybe find some solutions. If you're that fed up with it, like you've made a tough decision to stop. Granted, you have other aspects, but go ahead.
Maybe don't be me and use the same password 654321 for everything. Like
right. Well, that's what I'm also. You have to. That's where some of those self-responsibility comes in. Is you have to take care of these things.
Don't put yourself in that predicament.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. There's ways around it to protecting yourself. I'm just saying is I don't want to see people do that. If you're so fed up with the platform, you made a tough decision. Like I was saying, you stop streaming. You're like, I'm going to pause this, let it all, let everything come back, do all that kind of stuff. See if revisit it. You're in the past or in the future. That's what you're going to do. I plan.
I would love to see some change from Twitch. Maybe I really do think it is upper level stuff that they need help with.
Right.
Hopefully they figure that out and it's a better place and I can come back in February next year.
Right. And part of me is those people who do make those same posts and the same, things. If you're not happy with it, I know it's where you've built your community and this is where it is. That's kind of what I asked on Twitter the other day is like, if Twitch is having these issues, what is your backup plan? I don't know if a lot of people have one, right? That's what I'm trying to get at, is another thing that is your responsibility. Where can your community go if Twitch disappears one day? You know what I mean? Can they go to Discord?
Yeah.
Can they go to YouTube? Can they go to TikTok? Can they go to Twitter, Instagram? Like, there's so many other platforms. Where can they go to keep in contact with you if Twitch disappears? Where are you going to find your content next so they can follow you?
If Twitch goes Mixer.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's what I mean. Like, even, could you imagine, like, you thought Mixer was a big deal for all the creators coming back over, but like, holy shit, dude. Facebook. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, Breezy. Thank you. The second time Breezy said Facebook gaming in one episode. That's the most it's ever been mentioned on this show.
Hey, I've heard they're having some thirst traps over there.
Of course they are. Oh,
maybe that's why Breezy's bringing it up.
Right, and that's one thing too. It's just I don't know. I'm at that point where, yes, I would like to see some changes. B, do I know what those changes are? I know a direction that I'd like them to go in. Do I know how they're going to implement any of this stuff? No, I don't. They run a large corporation that is absolutely much, much larger than my brain can probably comprehend.
All while having the largest corporation of Amazon over top of them.
Right.
They've got deadlines they've got to meet, just like any of us at our day jobs.
Exactly. So it's one of those things for me where I want to see the change. Change isn't going to happen. People bitching about it online isn't going to change anything except them getting interactions. It's very easy to kick something when it's down, but it's very hard to praise something when it's up, right? A lot of people just, I don't know. So, and if you do praise it, a lot of the times it's for selfish reasons, just the way it works out.
Speaking of praise, real quick shout out to freaking Discord lately.
Yeah, Discord, awesome.
Yeah, adding schedules that you can schedule community events for, and how easy it would be to stream and have a community night. Right. Just on Discord. That's what I personally plan to do, is just hang out with people on Discord.
Right.
You know,
Discord is awesome.
Same thing as my streaming right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, it's just minus all the special stuff, right? I mean, minus all the special, and you can even do it. Could you do a display capture, or is it just camera stuff?
No, I can do a display capture.
So like you could do the stream preview 100%. And it would still technically work out, but like maybe you could add some of the cool stuff. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And that's what that's what I was talking about. The backup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally all of my stream stuff still works completely.
Hell yeah. See, that's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic.
So yeah, I mean that's my plan, is to just hang
chill,
out with
hang
my
out,
friends and have a good time, as I was already doing.
Right.
You know,
and
I don't need Twitch for it.
Right. You don't. That's the other thing too, is you absolutely don't. There's so many avenues. You've got YouTube, which is on the come up. And then also Facebook is still there and relevant, or you know what I mean?
Yep.
So you've got options, and Discord is a fantastic place. There's no discoverability on Discord, but Discord's more of a, hey, I have a community here. If they want more, go here.
Right.
Which is cool.
I will also say discoverability on Discord is something they're working on. They're certainly taking the right steps.
Cool.
Server boosts have gotten cheaper, and like in turning on server discoverability, the requirements for that have become less. Used to be like 7,000 people, now it's only 1,000.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's still pretty cool though. Breezy asks an interesting question. So where would you both go in the event of a Twitch bye-bye? Well said, by the way. Wording. Yeah, well said. First off, thank you for that. What do you think? Is it Discord?
Yeah, personally for me and my direction that I would want to go. Quick shout out to the person who inspires me, Sam Woodall from Alpha Gaming or Senpai Gaming.
Yeah.
You and I had a mutual joke for a little bit that I kind of want to get myself back to, and it's that Hermes is everybody's editor. I love that.
I know that you do. I absolutely know that you do. Yes.
Yeah. So I want to work on other people's stuff. I don't need to be in the spotlight, because I would rather build awesome things in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? You
basically want to be, your envision is, your inspiration is Sam Woodall, which is what he does, right?
Yeah.
When he does stream, it's his stuff that he's making, A, for a video, B, for somebody else. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Yeah. Which is where you started, right?
Yep.
you kind of gone through a whole transition in a thing, and I've it's been quite the journey to see you. And that's the thing is like I'm never going to tell you not to try something. As somebody who talks to you at least every other day, right? It's one of those things
he's just
where
my therapist, really, is what he's saying.
yeah, there you go. We exchange services. That's what we do, right?
Yes.
So I think that's a perfect spot for you. I think it's where you've wanted to be. Lets your creative side out, lets you mess with stuff. One thing I'm excited for you to get back to, and I don't know if this is a plan for you, but I'm gonna throw you under the bus here real quick, is streams shelf. I can't even say it. So I like that. I really, really like that. I think that can be very useful for just people in general. For those who don't know, Hermes, what is that?
For those who don't know, Stream Shelf was a project of mine that was going to be basically it's a Discord that you can join and interact with. There's no real talking per se that will go on in it, but you can use reaction roles to find anything and everything you would ever need for setting up a stream. Or if you already have your stream set up, then anything and everything you could ever want for audience participation, like free games to check out where you can go for free games that you can play live on stream.
Yeah. Widgets and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Alerts, overlays, that kind of stuff, like who's offering what. I like that a lot. Basically showing everybody, hey, if you're looking for overlays, here's an overlay channel. This is where you can get all the best overlays. Here's where you can reach out to people and get, personal work or custom work done. Things like that. I think it's awesome.
Know how to set up trigger fire, know how to set up Leorin board.
Right. I love that a lot. I really think that's going to amplify your entire creative side too, because literally all the creative tools in one spot for you personally is a fantastic idea. And I love it. So hopefully that comes back. No pressure though. No pressure at all. But I did want to point out another thing here. I never got to answer your question, Breezy, but I think for me personally is I've been flirting with the idea of offboarding on Twitch, which if you don't know what offboarding is, that's basically canceling your Twitch affiliate, I guess, partnership or whatever, not partnership, but Twitch affiliate contract. Which is basically taking away subs and bits from being used on the channel. So there's no tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or bits even going there. It would strictly be donations or other places, right? The reason for that is I would probably, and this is if Twitch is leaving, but I would probably go to YouTube. I think I still enjoy the live streaming aspect of this in broadcasting, right? I enjoy it, right? It's two birds with one stone for me. I've always done it. I got him. There we go. Long con. That's all it was. I was waiting for Nick Knack to resub like he did today, and then I was gonna offboard right now. Here it is. Thank you, Nick Knack. Why not Facebook Gaming? But no, I think if it would, I think I would restream to both because I wouldn't be under contract at either places, and I could. So I would throw my stuff up on Facebook and I would throw my live stream up on YouTube and kind of see what happens. One thing that both of those places have are discoverability. I think they do, right? I mean, you can get recommended for everybody on there. Also, Daddy Crit, welcome in. Nice to see you. 2 babes, 2 killer shirts. That's what I'm talking about. I love it.
John shirt on.
I love
sponsored.
It. Not sponsored. Yeah, just a huge fan. But I think that's where I would go. I would restream. That's kind of been my whole debate in my own head, in my own brand, and which way I want to go. Since it's not going to be 100% focus for me anymore, I will have a full-time job starting Monday. This will be kind of a secondary back to a hobby. Still building, still taking it as serious as I can, but I think I would go both routes. I would go to Facebook and restream to probably YouTube if Twitch decided to disappear. But that being said, I'm tired of talking. Okay, no, actually, one more thing. Project Vapor. What do you think?
Yes.
Which, sorry, I'm gonna revisit that. Project Vapor is a Steam. What do they call it? An unreleased Steam competitor, codename Vapor, from Amazon Game Studio. So basically, you're looking at a storefront.
Right.
hosted by Amazon.
Smart move for Amazon, right? Like it just is. Funny that they have one game in their belt and now suddenly they're gonna overtake Steam. You know,
It's a huge game right now, though. It is
right.
so big. But go ahead.
But
it's also very new.
Right. We'll see where Amazon Game Studios is in 2 years.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing though. Think about, you've got your Prime Gaming, right? Which is Twitch, which is Twitch stuff given to you for free. If it's in-game content, even if it's games, you saw the list of games they had at like the beginning of October, right? They had like 7 games you could get for free, and 3 of them were pretty damn good games. So that's what kind of excites me is more competition, because right now, what is it? You don't even consider Origin Origin one of those things, but you do have Steam and you have Epic Games Launcher, right?
Store.
Right.
Yep.
And of course, you've got GOG and those kind of smaller ones. But I think that I think this is good. I don't want to like knock it, because I think more competition, is going to help developers, because they're going to be like, hey, our cut is 10%. It's not 12% like the other people. You get to save that 2%. So I think that's good. More exclusivity, which is fine. But I try to think of the innovation between Prime Gaming for Twitch and how they can include those two together. Project Vapor, which is the storefront, and then Prime Gaming as well as Twitch. That's a 3-headed monster, kind of, if you think about it, right?
Also, think about all the games that like you could buy on disc on Amazon, and how there could be another button that was like play now on Vapor,
right?
Whatever
Even if they do
cool.
the cloud gaming, right? That's huge if they do cloud gaming. Xbox has already come out and said, or Microsoft has come out and said that they consider PlayStation and Nintendo competitors, but the real competitors are Netflix and Amazon and Google and like those big companies that can actually implement something like cloud gaming. But that's crazy. Daddy Crip, remember when Amazon made a game that was filled with bugs and bad reviews and they killed it in under 6 months? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I don't. What is it?
I forget what kind of game it was, but their first like venture into gaming was trash. I really need to look up what it was. Yeah. And they I don't remember you said, it died within 6 months. They like completely canceled the project.
Really? Like it released and everything?
No, I don't think it ever released. Like they completely canceled the project.
Oh, I think I've heard of this. So I'm going to look it up as well. But Amazon's first video game, right? Crucible?
Is it called Crucible? Yeah.
Crucible, huh? Was a free-to-play multiplayer third-person shooter developed and published by Relentless Studios, a subsidiary of Amazon Game Studios. It's Amazon's first major original title. Excuse me. Published for the gaming division, which had previously focused on tablet games. Gameplay similar to Overwatch and Team Fortress 2. Interesting. So a hero shooter, pretty much. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'd never heard of it, and that's probably why. And that was that. Okay, awesome. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, that's crazy. But I'm excited for the competition angle of this, what they can do with Prime Gaming as well as Twitch. Integrate the 3 of those would be awesome. I think it'd be really, really cool to see what they could do with that.
As long as the source code for that wasn't leaked as well.
Well, that's true. I don't know if there is a source code depending on how early it is, right? I guess it just says code name for it. So depending on what's in there, and there's a ton of other stuff. So if you guys want to, here's what I'm going to say on the Twitch leak: change your password. What else am I going to say? Do the 2-factor authentication. Do that. If you're a streamer, they've already done it for you. But if you want to, change or reset your stream key, do that too. They've already come out and said that they did that for everybody anyways. But
real quick thing about the stream keys, because this happened to me, which was another reason why I was like, I'm done. When they changed our stream keys, that change, like you have to go back and change it to the new one everywhere where you use your stream key. For me, that was a lot of places.
Gotcha.
Because I have a lot of widgets that I've set up that use the stream key.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And so it broke a lot of things.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, hey, better than losing it, I guess, right? A lot of pain, but
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
go ahead.
Daddy Kurt and I are gonna start a club,
What's that?
the Expired Streamers Club.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
We're in a club.
Dude, you guys could do your own Discord where never mind. Retirement home for streamers.
We just stream to each other.
Retirement home for streamers. I love it. We had a meeting for next week. Hell yeah, let's go. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. All right, next on the talking points, we have another announcement that I just kind of slid on here before the show. I forgot was announced in the last couple days. Grand Theft Auto Trilogy. Definitive editions.
Okay.
So San Andreas, Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto 3 are all getting remade. Well, I don't want to say remade. I'll say that. That's fair. Here is the article if you guys want to check around that. I'm actually what?
Well, you talk. I'm gonna run real quick.
Oh yeah, you got it.
I'll be right back.
So the article from Polygon and written by Michael McWhirter says that Rockstar announces Grand Theft Auto Trilogy re-release with new improvements. Rockstar's collection promises across the board upgrades, including graphical improvements and modern gameplay enhancements for all three games, while still maintaining the classic look and feel of the originals. Rockstar promises more details in the coming weeks and warns that it will begin removing existing versions of those classic GTA games from digital retailers next week. It is set to release on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Windows PC, Xbox One, and the Series consoles for Xbox, as well as Android and iOS devices in 2022. Kind of exciting. I'm cool. I want to see how this plans out. I really, really want to see what this is all about, because bringing it to modernized consoles with modernized graphics and modernized enhancements, gameplay enhancements, will be kind of interesting. They're some of the best games around, honestly. And I'm very excited to see where this kind of falls, what the price point is. There's no price point. My guess would be $60 since it's 3 games, but who do I know? But I think Vice City is probably my favorite GTA of all time. Just for the story alone. Obviously GTA Online is just a whole nother monster and I consider it its own thing, but I think I'm excited about it. I don't know if you were kind of looking forward to any of those things.
I do think it will be cool. There's a lot of those 3 I haven't really played.
Okay. Oh, dude.
So,
Vice City is fucking fantastic. So is San Andreas, and so is 3. 3 is weird because it's like the what did they say? They called him a mute. I think he was a mute in the game. I don't know if that's actually lore, but he just never talked. It was one of those like he never talked. Everybody else did, but he didn't. So.
Right.
But I'm excited if you're going to play it for the first time. I think that'll be great.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool for sure.
GTA is still in the timeline. Yeah. We know Master GTA Online boy over here. But it'll be fun. I'll check it out. We'll see what happens. 2022 is a release date for that, and it's going to be releasing on everything, which is kind of cool as well. Next, here's an interesting thing that I wanted to talk about. Is Sony came out, and this is, oh, by the way, there was a little bit of a not backlash, but people were like, where's GTA 6? Stop remastering stuff. We want GTA 6. And it's like, relax, just calm down. That's another part of this whole entire thing that drives me nuts is we want this game. We want that game. You only want it for a week or two, and then you're done with it, right? And then you leave it to the hard
next one.
Yeah, and then you leave it to the hardcore fans, right? That's what you do. That's what this whole thing is about. This brings up Mirror's Edge Catalyst. When they remade Mirror's Edge, well, not remade, they gave Mirror's Edge a sequel that everybody wanted, and it was like, we need one, and then nobody bought it, right? It was a great game. I wish people would have played it, but it's just like they only want it until they don't, and that's kind of frustrating. But bringing up this next one is a Sony exec wants 100 million players to play their games. This was, I think Jim Ryan, who was the CEO, was it? I'm going to share this article from GameSpot with you, everybody. So that's in the chat as well. Also, this one is by Eddie McCuch. McCutch. I think McCutch. Yeah, that's probably the best way to say that. So shout out to them and thank you GameSpot for the article. Sony boss wants PlayStation games to reach hundreds of millions of people. Sony's recent decision to bring more PlayStation games to PC could be part of how the company gets there. PlayStation's boss Jim Ryan has high hopes for the business, saying in its new interview that he hopes one day that PlayStation games can reach quote unquote hundreds of millions of people. Speaking to GI Biz, Ryan said huge success today is when the game can reach 10 or 20 million people, but has his sights on the factors of more than that. His quote is, I would also like to see a world where games that we make at PlayStation can be enjoyed by many tens of millions of people, perhaps hundreds of millions of people. He said, right now, success with the current console model, a really great PlayStation hit, you're talking 10 to 20 million people being able to play that game. So I have a couple things.
Okay.
First off, I'm just going to say it because it might make a couple people upset. First, why the fuck is this guy always 2 steps behind what Microsoft's doing?
Very true.
Always, right?
Yeah.
In this regard, there are things that Sony does well, much better than Microsoft. Exclusives. You just know that. That's what they're known for. And B, PlayStation should have been putting their shit on PC for a long time. It doesn't hurt your console sales. To get a PC you're talking a decent one, a very good one you're talking at least $1,500 to a couple $1,000, right?
3,100.
Your specific rendering machine, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But if you're playing video games, you want to run them well, you're looking at probably $2,000. I'm just going to estimate. Right. You can probably get a fantastic one from 1,300 up, but it's not going to hurt. The consoles are still $700, $800 cheaper than a PC is. Not everybody wants to have that PC where you have to go into the graphics and actually change. Ooh, anti-aliasing. How much do I want this? Oh, do I want motion blur? Do I want FOV? What do I want that to be? Not everybody wants to do that. They want to sit down. Yeah. They want to put their game in their disk drive or download it and play it. That's it. Right. So this isn't going to hurt their sales by any means.
And I only want that for some games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yeah. I got you. Yeah. And that's the thing too. If you like that stuff, cool. That's fine. Right. But that's why I want that stuff to be on PC. They're games that are like, well, that's why people buy consoles. It is for now. Right. But they're also, do you want to hold up your developers or do you want to hold them down by your consoles? Right. The hardware I'm trying to say is like, do you want them to have hardware? Which they're like, I'll just wait for it to come out on PC. There should be day in and day out release of PC console exclusives, at least to PC. If you don't want it on Xbox, I completely understand that whole that strategy. I get it, right? Mario's never going to see the light of day on PlayStation or on Xbox. It's just the way it is. So I don't know. I think if he wants this, it's already a step behind Microsoft because you know what they're doing: cloud gaming, Game Pass. All their exclusives launching on PC the same day they launch on console. So it's just another quote that this guy made where it's like, no shit. And B, get with the rest of people. You know what I mean?
Also read the fucking room. Like your consoles are still the hardest fucking thing to find.
Yeah, we want 10 or 20 million people to play it, but
people just want your damn consoles right now.
Right.
You don't need to worry about how many people are playing the damn games when they can't get the consoles.
Exactly. My God. It's just, what was the last thing he came out and said about, I guess it wasn't him, but like the free upgrades, right? That's not hard.
Yeah.
That is one thing that they're also dropping the ball. It's like, just offer it. More people playing your games is a good thing. You know what I mean? Right. We're going to squeeze you for every penny we can for $10 or $20 upgrades. What the fuck are you talking about? It's absolutely insane. But I just, also welcome in Wild. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. So it blows my mind. I don't understand why they consistently keep falling back.
In chat says, bro, 100 people can't play it.
That's so true, especially if it's locked to a PS5, right? Right. It's just Demon Souls, probably held back by the amount of systems that were out in the wild. Honestly, I
Yeah.
think it'd be a much more positive outlook on that game. The upgrade costs are just PlayStation trying to further normalize the $70 normal standard. Yeah, I agree. I actually think they're on team $70. But then you've got Microsoft who's like, nope, we have smart delivery. You buy this game for $60 and you get a Series X a year later. Guess what? You're going to get the best version.
Yeah, Microsoft's on team $15 a month.
Hell yeah. Yeah, really we are. Woo, dude, I'm all down for $15 a month. Good God, give me Game Pass. Game Pass 2024. So it's weird to me. This guy comes out, he talks, and I feel like he's just talking from the past, right? It's just,
right.
Yeah, this should have been done. This should have already been said. You should have already moved on, and all your games should be on PC. Yes, we have seen it with Horizon Zero Dawn. I think also Days Gone was released on PC, and I think that's it. No, I think Uncharted's coming to PC as well. Yeah, I think a collection is coming to PC.
Didn't we see the Android game come to PC as well?
Android?
That was kind of like a Telltale series. I'm spacing the name
Detroit
right now. Yeah, Detroit Become Human.
I don't know. I think so. I think it's on PC now. Yeah,
I think that is on PC.
Yeah, which is another reason why I think they should do it day in and day out. Maybe if you want to make it a 6-month thing, I get it, but that's still kind of like not worth it, right?
Right.
It's not gonna hurt your sales. Just fucking
Here's
do
the thing that I really wonder about. Sony, make a Game Pass.
I've heard that they have PlayStation Now, which I'm not going to say is a competitor because it doesn't have their exclusives day.
It's not even close.
It's really not, right? When it comes down to it, it's really not.
Yeah.
I've heard many occasions where they said they're going to be doing it. Like they're like, but I don't know if they do because I don't think that they would be that comfortable with that many question marks on the games being sold, right? I don't think they believe in the model. I don't think they do.
Game Pass, of course, was a risk at first, but it's a risk that has clearly shown time and time again that it's paid off for not only Microsoft but the consumer as well.
I think I saw an article. An article for how many subscribers. Oh no, that they had. I think I saw an article for that. And it was like, I think 30 million. I think it was at 30 million. Yeah, right here, Forbes.
Also,
yeah, they were saying because of Halo Infinite was going to boost their stuff, and 30 million is currently what they are sitting at or around.
From Daddy Crit in chat, Death Stranding, Journey, and I never know how to pronounce the name of that game. Neo 2. Also were PS games ported.
Okay, so more. So yeah. Uncharted is not going to be ported. Really? Because they were just saying the remaster. Oh, it's Uncharted 4 remaster. That's what I was saying. But Sony also runs a PlayStation Now service, which allows people who don't own a PlayStation console to stream games on their PC, thereby extending the potential audience for PlayStation games. Yeah, but it's not the same. So interesting stuff.
Crit says it's doo-doo.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I've heard the same thing. I've never used it personally. I know that Microsoft's cloud gaming is getting there. I will say the infrastructure is not quite for it to be actual feasible for like the entire country. But if you have stable internet where you can actually if you don't have data caps and you have stable internet, I think the latency,
Google Fiber.
yeah, that latency is getting there, right? That latency that's not quite the same as if I was playing from a console, which is fair because that's very hard to do. Next and probably last thing, unless you have something else here, is I played Battlefield beta 2042.
Oh, I do have something as well.
Oh, well, we'll knock out this Battlefield stuff. So I had a chance to check out the Battlefield 2042 beta. I was on the 6th, I think is when it started, for early people who had Xbox Game Pass subscribers could get it 2 days early before the open beta actually started. And pre-order people could play it as well. So, it's Battlefield. I don't know how else to put it. You do have a grappling hook, which is awesome. Very, very fun. Very, very cool. Not as cool as Halo because obviously you're not a super soldier or a Spartan.
Is it quick interjection question.
Mhm.
Is it as cool as Just Cause?
No, not by any means as insane, right?
Okay.
Not as insane. It's like a quick little, oh, I need to get up there. All right, it's like an actual grappling hook, but there is some sort of realism to it, which is kind of nice, but it's not absolutely insane like Just Cause. There's no way.
It's not Spider-Man with guns.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. It's fun though. I think I love the setting. The modernized, almost near future is really cool. Actually, it's what you're almost looking at 20 years in the future, right? Which seems about right. It has robot dogs which follow you around and actually tell you where and shoot at people, which is really cool. Sniping is super crisp in that game, and I love it. As always, Battlefield's always been a super good sniping game. They only had the one mode, which is Conquest, which is where you actually go and take over specific sectors of the map, and they're kind of distinguished, and you have to go actually capture them. And it's whatever team's tickets disappear first.
When I think Battlefield, that's exactly, or Battlefront, whatever one this is, that's what I think.
yeah, no, exactly. No, and that's fair. That's exactly fair, because that's what Battlefield has always been to me, is the large scale, vehicles, helicopters, jets, even some had boats, even Battlefield 1 had trains, like, you know what I mean? Like it's that kind of stuff. And they had horses. So it's just insanity. I think Battlefield V or 5 had Zeppelins, right? Which was fucking insane and so cool to watch actually go down. But I do think that this is going to be huge for those Battlefield moments, like that only Battlefield can do, right? Just like they had in the trailer with, I can't think of his name right now, but you know what I'm talking about. The guy who went up in the jet, jumped out, shot the rocket, got back in his jet. Like that is the only shit you can do on Battlefield, right? And I think that we're going to see so many of those clips either on TikTok or Twitch or Twitter, or if you're just scrolling any social media, I think they're just going to pop up and you're going to see them. So I think that has potential to really make that game more popular than the other ones kind of were. Because it's really good. Does it need some optimization, help, and fixes? Yes, it does. I can tell you, if I was looking towards a lighted area and I would zoom in with my scope, it would be dark. Not dark, but almost like a nighttime. So it's like the camera or the lighting would disappear in that specific area, which is stuff they just have to fix. I was playing on a Series X console, so I wasn't playing on PC, but a lot of people said that it was running absolutely smooth on PC and everything was looking good.
Good.
I'm still excited. I still have it pre-ordered. I'm still going to pick it up for anything other than just maybe like, hey, I know there's actually a pretty decent following in the community for my Discord of people who are like, hey, we should squad up, we should play. So I'm kind of excited about that. Hopefully we can get that together and actually play with people. That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun. That'd be awesome.
And check out some of the other modes too. That's one thing I want to do, is some of the smaller scale, get me familiar with the gunplay, how everything's going to play out, then throw me into the absolute chaos that is Conquest. So all my thoughts right now is I had a fantastic time. I'm still excited about it like I was when the trailer came out. And speaking of the trailer, I forgot the tornado.
Yeah.
Remember the tornado? I got in a tornado and I put on my wingsuit and it was absolutely insane. That makes the game that much more exciting because you can jump into any one of these natural disasters. The sandstorm I think was in a trailer as well. The tornado is so cool. Oh, it's just, you see all this trash and like all these vehicles flying around and people flying around.
That's awesome.
You can grapple hook onto stuff and it's just insanity once the thing comes out. But it's just going to be fun. I think that's all it is. I'm not going to take it super serious. It's not going to see me like, I want to get my ranked up as much as I can. Which is not really anything anymore. I don't do that in a lot of games. I'm more casual than ever.
Right.
But yeah, very, very excited. You said you had one topic for us, right?
Yeah. Let me segue us real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that it is one of your personal game of the year contenders?
No.
Okay.
Um, I think for me personally, it's because it's multiplayer only.
Okay.
Very hard for me to give game of the year to a PvP game, I guess, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Something like, for me, game of the year has to be almost like the gameplay has to absolutely steal my heart. The story has to be very good. So I tend to lean towards story-driven games
Okay.
when it comes to game of the year. I definitely think it's still up there as far as most anticipated, right? I think
Right.
it just absolutely is. It would definitely be in my absolutely top 10, because it was
Yeah. True.
in our video that we have. Which if you aren't, I'm going to put that right here. I think that's going to pop up. It did. Great. So go check that video out. Hermes put a lot of effort and work into that, as did I. So we'd love you guys show some love for that video. Please, please, please. There's still quite a few games on there that haven't been released. So
Yeah. True.
check it out. We'd love some support there. I don't know. What about you? You have but I can't say it would be for me. Battlefield, not necessarily game of the year.
I have a game in mind for my personal game of the year, and I know you've seen me checking it out lately, and it's Green Hell on Xbox, specifically the Xbox release, because that one was this year.
Okay. Okay.
It is a crazy survival game that is very, very difficult, even on normal mode.
Good.
Yeah,
Should be survival.
Yeah, I like to say, I know you don't, but I like to say it's Dark Souls-esque in its like rating of how hard it is.
I hate it, but it's so accurate, right? Like it is just the best way to do it. And it's so crazy, but that's the lazy way to explain it, but it is the most accurate way to do it. Anyways, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
But if you've ever played The Forest, you kind of know what's going on, except turn The Forest up to 11. And that's Green Hell. You have to balance your fat intake, your protein intake, your carbohydrates, your water. If you sleep on the ground, then worms can crawl into your skin, and you have to get them out with a bone needle that you harvest from bones. And then, after you've gotten them out of your skin, you have to then find a plant that will has antibiotic properties to it, because that can get infected, and if it gets infected, you have to go find maggots to get the infection out of your skin. It's crazy how realistic this game is.
Crit says, man, this sounds so fun. And I don't know if fun is the right word I would be using, but yeah, real life, the game, it sucks. I agree. Me, if you actually put me on an island, yeah, it's not very survival. It's more like waited out.
If Bear Grylls had a survival game, like this would be the game.
God, that's insane. It sounds awesome. I'm always down. Like, you ever hit that? I don't know for you, because like it seems like you and I have always played survival games, not all of them together, but that's usually where we'll be like, hey, let's play a game. And that's usually what happens is we'll play Grounded. Right. We started with Grounded, right? And that's a survival game. You build a base, you try to survive, figure out the story.
Do you have the giant spiders scream?
Yes. Do you have a I want to say, do you kind of almost flock to those types of games? Is survival a pretty big genre for you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Survival sandbox.
That starts with Minecraft, right?
Yeah, that starts with Minecraft, goes into Rust.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of games are just my bread and butter.
Yeah. Okay. And they're very easy. Like and for you personally, it lets your creative side out no matter what it is, because all of them are going to be different. How you can build your base, what the actual materials go into it. It seems like they're cookie cutter versions of each other, but they're really not. Minecraft is miles different from Rust or Green Hell.
Green Hell, yeah.
Right. So it's really cool to see. Like, I was kind of in that ballpark of like, oh, just another, throw a different skin on it, right? It's another the Forest and Green Hell and the Raft and all Rust and all these other games, just like throw a different skin on it. Not so much if you play them, if you actually get into them and see the mechanics are different and the building is different, materials are different, how the crafting is different. So I think it's really cool. I haven't been able to catch any. I did put the Steam page for Green Hell in the chat. So if you guys want to check that out, see what he's been talking about.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say worth the play.
cool.
It'll be hell. Like it does not kid around with its naming. It's pretty bad, but man, is it fun.
That's fantastic. Good deal. If we're talking about game of the year, I think for me, it's still early because there's still quite a few that for me to come out. Like we still have a game, which I don't know if you're streaming, but at least going to play since you have decided to take a break. Back for Blood. We're very excited, I think, for that one. So that'll be a good time.
Yep.
Probably going to be streaming that Tuesday night. So if you guys want to hang out with that, that's going to be a lot of fun. But I think for me, man, I think
Great got me with Humankind, man. That's another good game.
Survival
Worth checking out. It's more I think it's called 4X, the 4X genre.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Yep. I know what you're talking about. Okay. So like Civ and all that kind of shit.
Yep. Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. I think for me, and this is going to be weird because I never even thought I would like this game, and I wouldn't have if it was a year ago. But I branched out a lot this year. Scarlet Nexus.
Okay.
Is still my game of the year.
Got you.
This is also somebody I will preface it's game of the year for me of what I've played, right? So there's still some absolute fantastic games that I haven't played yet. That I might not even be able to get around to because schedules are changing. If I was streaming full time, I probably could have got around to all of them. But for me personally right now, it's coming down to Scarlet Nexus or Resident Evil Village is kind of where my game of the year talk is right now. And you know what's great is absolutely everybody has a different answer this year. And it's so awesome. Right. Yeah, it is so 100%. Great. Like you go to the Game Awards, you're like, oh, it's going to be one or this one. But like the Game Awards this year for Jeff Keighley.
It's going to be Hades or it's going to be Fall Guys.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. But now it's like, I don't know what the hell it's going to be. I honestly have no idea. I hope it's an indie darling that just stole the show like Death's Door or 12 minutes. Oh, if it was 12 minutes, I'd fucking lose my mind.
Or LIR, Lost in Random.
Yeah, any of them, dude. Like, I'm just like any of these darling indie games that came out and just like steal the show. You've got Sable, you've got Solar Ash maybe coming out this year. And you still have huge blockbusters that are coming out, which are gonna, you know what I mean? Halo is still could be, honestly, could do it, right? Halo's not gonna be in the running because it actually comes out a day before the Game Awards show is. So that sucks. But who gives a shit? I don't care. I get a Halo. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what awards it wins. But looking at these lists of people, I was like kind of scouring the internet. What do people think? You know, what's their, you know, what does their list look like so far? And there's so many good games that I don't have time to play. I just don't.
Right.
I wouldn't even be able to. So like this list is subjective to me because of what I was able to play. Right. It's been a fantastic year for me. The past year and a half, year and a half has been absolutely great. I've had a full-time chance to check out a lot of video games, build a community, stream on Twitch, all that good stuff. But we're kind of on to the next, if you will, right?
Right.
But anything else, Hermes, for? Ooh, actually, you know, I'm going to do a selfless plug because I think we're still planning to do one of these. We are going to do a Game of the Year video, I believe, for the YouTube channel. Is that correct?
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. As well as a video for, I think, most anticipated 2022 games, right? Yes. Or at least maybe we'll do a first half and second half because of what's already been announced.
Right.
So if you guys are subbed to the YouTube, be prepared for those videos to come out at some point this year. And we would love to have you subscribe over there. Hermes does a fantastic editing job. And we have a pretty great countdown voice actor who does a really, really good job as well. If you don't know him, his name is usually Knick-Knack, and you guys should go say hello, drop a follow, do all that. I would absolutely appreciate it.
It's just usually Knick-Knack.
It's usually Knick-Knack, but I call him Nicholas Knackolis. So just go say hi, drop a follow at his channel if you guys could. That would be absolutely fantastic. I was going to end on video game releases for the week, or in at least the last couple of weeks. We had Far Cry 6 actually launch yesterday.
Yes.
Far Cry 6, FIFA 22 over the last week, Nickelodeon All-Stars, Alan Wake Remastered, as well as New World, and of course, probably a ton of others that I did not get to mention, but these are just a couple highlights for you this week. Again, if you guys are checking out on YouTube, if you made it this far, you're about an hour and 16 minutes in. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Drop a follow over on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TheJordanBeach, or TikTok or Instagram or Twitter, any of those social medias that seem to matter. You can find me at the Jordan Beach. We'd love to have you on all those. I'm trying to make more content. I'm putting out more TikToks, which is so much more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Nice.
I thought it was super cringe, but that was the boomer talking in me. But it's been a good time. But that being said, Hermes, you have anybody you've been watching lately?
I do actually, and I was hoping we could raid off. That'd
Sure.
be awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm all about that.
So, guys, watching on Twitch, check out Rintalia. She's amazing. She's a community mod for both me and Beach, and she's just an absolutely awesome person. She's hanging out with Hangy Cube today, playing some Stardew Valley mods.
Both two of my mods. That's crazy, playing games together. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but they are both completely awesome individuals that you should totally take the time and check out and show some love over there.
Hell yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Hermes. That's great. Great idea. For me, it's been I took the last couple of weeks. I haven't been streaming in the mornings like I normally do. But you know what? Since you're doing that, I am going to give a shout out for Hangy Cubed. They're playing games together. So if you guys want to go check them both out, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'm going to hit the raid right now, so I'll let that count down. But go show some love for Rin. That would be absolutely fantastic. And a quick little shout out for Hangy Cubed. I think that's going to work. Yes, it did. Go drop some love. Say hi. Do all that good stuff for us. That would be fantastic. Again, we'd love to have you every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's a good time joining the conversation like Easy did, like Hermes, not Hermes, like Breezy did. One of those Akumus.
Like I do everything.
Like Crit did, like Nick Nack did, and everybody else that joined us earlier in the show as well. We love each and every single one of you. You guys are fantastic as always. Thank you so much. And let's go share some love over at Rin. Hermes, where can everybody find you that you want them to find you?
You can find me at Hermes Akumu on all social media that matters. Right now, I'm going to point you towards Etsy, where
let's go.
I run a shop called Akumu Digital, and there will be some new stuff coming up here shortly.
Awesome. Let's go. I love it. I'm super excited for you and your new adventure, man. But thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your night and a great weekend if we don't talk. And as always, believe in yourself, do what makes you happy, and know your worth. And we'll see you beautiful people later. Bye, everybody. See ya. And we are. God damn it. Did it go through? Hello?